and welcome to SAIT Newsfile. I'm Chris Douglas. Matt Baxter will have a look at sports coming up. What can we expect, Matt?
Well, we're going to have a look at Trojans. Flames played in an absolute nail-biter against the Kraken, and then Grey Cup story.
Oh, perfect. Can't wait for that. We'll have a look at weather with Brie Boucher later today, but first, here are today's top stories. A stunning new development shows new evidence that two brothers are not responsible for the deadly shooting in Marlborough last week. Calgary Police Chief Mark Neufeld says new evidence that has been brought to light, forcing Crown prosecutors to officially stay the charges against the 14 and 18-year-old teenagers that were arrested last week for the murder of 23-year-old Rami Haji Ali. The Calgary Police Service released a statement this morning apologizing to those charged, their families, and the community. The new evidence pointed towards a vehicle leaving the scene at the time of the shooting that led to multiple people being arrested, search warrants, and 2 homes and 2 vehicles.
My update today is that new evidence has come to light that causes our homicide team to believe that the two brothers were not responsible for the shooting.
Throughout the whole process, the 18-year-old maintained his innocence and both have been released. Israeli cabinet has approved a temporary ceasefire in the ongoing Palestine war that has been going on for over a month. The ceasefire mandates a 4-day truce in exchange for 50 of roughly 240 Israeli hostages being held in the Gaza Strip. Israel also says it will extend the ceasefire 1 day for every 10 hostages that are released. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel will resume its offense on Hamas after the ceasefire expires. Fueling Mines, the company at the center of the E. coli outbreak earlier in the fall, as well as its 2 directors, appeared in court this morning and pleaded not guilty. Fueling Mines is facing 12 charges under municipal bylaws for operating without a business license and a fine of $120,000. A lawyer for the company met with a Crown prosecutor at the Calgary Court Centre on Wednesday and entered a not guilty plea. The E. coli outbreak, which started on September 4th, closed 11 total daycares, 6 of Fueling Mines daycares, and 5 separate ones. There was 446 total E. coli cases, 38 children and 1 adult were hospitalized over the span of the outbreak.
The combination of the municipal fine plus a judgment in a class action or a settlement down the line could be very significant.
A trial date has been set for September 6, 2024. A Calgary man has been arrested and is facing charges as police say he kidnapped a woman and held her captive in a rental property earlier this year. Police say around 6 p.m. on May 2nd, a woman was walking to her car when she was approached by an unknown man and forced her into another vehicle. On November 20th, police arrested 23-year-old Ray-Jean Charles Sidney Hudson and charged him with kidnapping. The Alberta government is providing a huge funding plan towards post-secondary schooling, and the Thomas Riley School of Construction at SAIT is receiving their fair share. Cade Stogre dove deep and looked into what the funding is going towards and what it can accomplish. Cade, this sounds like something that could really boost the program.
Yeah, Chris, it definitely is. SAIT's apprenticeship program received $6.4 million of funding, which is set to create 800 extra seats for aspiring students. The money was given to help raise interest and accessibility into trade programs. The hope is to change the perspective of trade work and showcase the jobs and options that come with it.
A full year means potentially someone doesn't get the raise that would have kept them in the trade, then the trade starts dying out more and more. So I think it's valuable that people are getting the recognition and education they need to actually do the trade properly. Yeah.
Many trade jobs are experiencing a lack of employees. Extra seats that have already been filled increases the likelihood of a job in industry. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Cade. As Cade mentioned, applications are now open for trade programs this spring and fall. The SAIT community will have to adjust to a new building setting on campus. The new wellness center will be available to students to get a sweat on all day, every day. Chairman Ward has more details on the bubble.
For students, staff, and athletes, the hardest part of this year was saying bye to the loved Wellness Center. The Wellness Center was a great place to go shoot some hoops, grab a bite to eat, or go have a quiet study space in between classes.
We wanted to still provide a service, so welcome him to come in and say, hey, I would like to have a different shooting machine. We can definitely make that happen. Oh, I would like to have this futsal nets up. We can definitely make that happen.
The head of athletics, Wade Comel, is trying to show students that this center will be the new normal for some time to come. All employees and staff are trying to respond to what students want and incorporate these activities into the bubble.
And we moved our varsity programs to different venues all over the city. So we have hundreds of students that are practicing in different venues, and they have to find their own way to get there, and those venues are a little different than what they're used to.
After years and years of deciding to take down the campus center, the head of athletics have finally decided to do so. Students and staff were worried about not having a place to go to work out or play some sports in between classes. Fortunately, the bubble has been built for all students and student athletes to come in and have a good time. The construction of the new wall.
Those are today's top stories. We'll have your full forecast after the break. But first, Brie Boucher has a look at what's going on in Calgary this week.
15 intriguing and fascinating documentaries come to the Globe Cinema. You don't want to miss out on seeing any of these innovative films. Grab your favorite wine glass for the Farmer Fizz. Enjoy a fun and festive wine tasting with everything from champagne to Prosecco and much more. The largest free drive-by Christmas light showcase is back. Don't miss out on this beautiful display of Christmas lights, as the festival is free to attend and no tickets are required. The rooftop is kicking off the holiday season with a brunch celebration. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., enjoy a delicious brunch menu with mimosa trees and drink specials, all for $28. The Inglewood Holiday Market is back. Enjoy homemade crafts, vintage clothing, and much more. Tickets start at $5 with admission for kids and seniors free. Stop by the authentically Indigenous Holiday Market. For $5, you can see Indigenous arts, crafts, treats, and much more. Bring the whole family, as admission for kids 12 and under is free.
I'm Brie Boucher. Let's take a look at the weather across Canada. In the eastern part of Canada, in Vancouver, we have some sun and cloud, but as we head towards Edmonton, Regina, and Winnipeg, we have a low pressure system with a bunch of clouds. We have temperatures ranging from 4, 3, and 4 degrees. So if you're in those areas, grab a jacket as it might get pretty chilly. As we head towards the eastern part of Canada, in Toronto and Montreal, we have temperatures of 2 and 6 degrees, so pretty fair weather. As we move up forward to St. John's, it is -1 degree, so if you're there, make sure to grab a jacket and bundle up, as it is getting pretty cold with the temperatures coming up. Also in Halifax too, so if you're in any of those eastern provinces, make sure to bundle up. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our resorts.
The low pressure system is rising in Canada, but so is the temperature south of the border. Honolulu and Orlando are experiencing clouds with temperatures at 23 and 24. The sun is shining in Barbados and Cancun, hitting 29 and 27. Down in Sin City and Palm Springs, clear skies are followed by 7 and 12 degrees.
In Calgary today, we have some pretty warm weather. It is 0 degrees outside with some cloudy conditions. We have a 4 km/h wind heading west, and next we can see some cloudy weather coming to us from the northern temperatures. Now let's take a look at the province. Up in Fort McMurray and Grand Prairie, we have some colder temperatures up north. As we move down south to Red Deer, Calgary, and Lethbridge, we have some warmer temperatures from 0 to 1 degrees. Same with Banff and Medicine Hat, so if you're there, make sure to soak up this warm weather while you can, as snow is projected to come within the next few weeks. In Edmonton, we have -4, so it is pretty cold. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Tonight, we are expected to see a mix of sun and cloud. This weekend is going to be a sunny one, so make sure to soak up all that sun while you can. This weekend, we're expected to see highs of 6 and 4 degrees, so make sure to go out and enjoy that while you can. On Monday, we have a mix of some sun and cloud. After the break, we'll have a look at sports with Matt Baxter.
What do you think of when you hear the word home? A place to rest? A place to play? A place for friends and family to gather. There are people in the city who unfortunately don't have that. They only have a house. WINS wants to change that. Donate household items to the House to Home program and help make a house a home again. It's only when you have homes that you have a community.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry-standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SAIT's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
Welcome back to SAIT Newsfile. Matt Baxter joins us for a look at the latest highlights. Matt, what's going on?
Well, like I said, we got a good Trojan story here. Everyone's playing pretty much. And an interesting Flames story first. Perfect. The SAIT Trojans basketball team is set to face off against the Briarcrest College on Friday. The men's team will try to keep their 7-game win streak alive, while the women's team will get going after a loss against their northern rivals, the Nate Ooks. Briarcrest is ranked 6th in the league for the men's and 3rd for the women's. The game starts at 6 at Briarcrest. Additionally, the SAIT men's volleyball team will face off against Ambrose on Friday and Saturday. They will be looking to turn around what has been a pretty rough season so far. The Flames competed in an absolute nail-biter against the Seattle Kraken on Monday. The Flames opened the scoring with a beautiful wrist shot from Elias Lindholm off a tip from Rasmus Andersson. But it wasn't all easy for the Flames as the Kraken returned the favor with a slap shot off the stick of Vince Dunn past the Flames' defense. However, when it mattered most for the Flames, Rasmus Andersson came up with a goal to win the game for the Flames in overtime as he brings it from behind the net and in. This 4-3 win pushes the Flames to 7-8-3, while the Kraken are now at a very similar 7-8-5. The Flames will next play tonight in Nashville. The Raptors took a tough loss against the Orlando Magic last night. The Raptors were shut down by the Magic's suffocating defense with 12 steals and 8 blocked shots. The Magic immediately started driving through the Raptors, led by Magic Paulo Branchero, quickly gaining a 10-point lead over the Raptors and not taking their foot off the gas for the whole game. The Raptors put up a strong offensive effort led by Dennis Schroeder, who put up a solid 25 points, but were simply outmatched by the Magic, who further extended their lead to 20 points. The game finished as a 107-126 win for the Magic, knocking the Raptors to a disappointing 6-8 record. Team Canada took on Jamaica in the World Nations Football League on Tuesday at home. The quarterfinal started with Canada's Alphonso Davies scoring on Jamaica's Andre Blake to give Canada the lead early in the game. But Canada couldn't hang on to the lead for long as Jamaica put up 3 against Canada's 2 to win the quarterfinal. Canada will have their next match again against Trinidad and Tobago, but not until March 3rd. The Montreal Alouettes celebrated their championship win over the Winnipeg Blue Bombers with a parade in Montreal today. The Alouettes triumphed over the Blue Bombers on Sunday in a thrilling back-and-forth Grey Cup that ended in a 28-24 thriller. Montreal quarterback Cody Fajardo had the fans to thank for the win for showing up for the Alouettes all year. And that's a look at sports.
Yeah, what a great game and an exciting win for the Alouettes.
Oh, definitely.
How's the 5-day forecast looking, Bree?
Well, this weekend in Calgary, we have some beautiful weather, lots of sun. As you can see, we have mainly sunny weather the whole weekend with highs of 2 degrees, 6 and 4. So if you guys don't have any plans, make sure to go outside and enjoy this warm weather before the snow overpowers it. And then we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud this beautiful weekend.
Awesome, yeah, I'll definitely try and look to get outside this weekend as we're seeing lots of sun. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of all of us at SAIT Newsfile, thank you very much.